Joseph Quinn is quickly becoming one of the most talked about names in Hollywood. And if you've been paying attention, it's not hard to see why. After winning hearts and raising hell as Eddie Munson in Stranger Things Season 4, he's now set to ignite the screen in a whole new way. That's right, the fan-favorite actor is officially joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, playing none other than Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four. First steps. The moment this casting news hit the internet, fans were buzzing with excitement. Joseph went from cult favorite character actor to mainstream superhero icon seemingly overnight. From shredding Metallica riffs in the Upside Down to lighting up the skies in the MCU, Joseph Quinn's star power is only rising higher and fast. It's the kind of leap that not only solidifies his place in Hollywood, but also proves he's got the range and charisma to handle the big leagues. Quinn first exploded onto the global scene thanks to his unforgettable portrayal of Eddie Munson, the rebellious metalhead with a heart of gold. It wasn't just his charm or wild charisma that captured audiences, it was that now iconic scene from Chapter 9, The Piggyback, where Eddie, in a final act of courage, plays Metallica's master of puppets while standing atop a trailer in the Upside Down. The image of him fiercely rocking out against a background of otherworldly chaos became a defining moment in pop culture. It was raw, heroic, and instantly legendary. Eddie's self-sacrifice to help the Hawkins gang fight Vecna left a gaping hole in the hearts of millions. His death was brutal, emotional, and completely unexpected. But while the show painted Eddie's ending as tragic and final, fans aren't convinced the story's over just yet. In fact, they've been clinging to every possible hint and theory that he might still return in some form. In fact, there's a growing theory that Eddie Munson might still have a role to play in the upcoming final season of Stranger Things. Some fans think his character may return in flashbacks, visions, or possibly in a full-blown twist that rewrites what we thought we knew. And they're not just pulling this out of thin air, there's been some subtle but intriguing evidence that's kept the speculation alive. Most recently, Joseph himself dropped a few cryptic comments during an interview that only fanned the flames further, while promoting his role in Marvel's Fantastic Four. First steps. During a chat with Extra TV, the 31-year-old actor was asked about the possibility of Eddie returning in any form. His answer was vague enough to raise eyebrows, but cheeky enough to spark debate. He responded with a playful, "Oh my god, yeah, I mean, it's going to be out soon, isn't it? Who knows?" He then added, "There's always a chance for anything, isn't there, really? Nothing's impossible." And just like that, the internet went wild. To the average viewer, that might sound like an actor dodging spoilers, but to fans, it was a lifeline. Social media immediately exploded with renewed hope, dissecting every word and tone from Quinn's response. Was he being playful? Was it a coded confirmation? And then came something even more eyebrow-raising. On Joseph Quinn's Spotlight page, an official casting platform widely used in the industry, Stranger Things is listed as one of his upcoming projects. That's right, not just a credit from his season for appearance in 2022, but a fresh listing with the year 2024 beside it, for a show that hasn't aired since Season 4, and whose final season is still months away from release. This update was enough to send fans into a frenzy. The idea that the database might have accidentally confirmed his involvement in Season 5 sent Reddit threads and fan forums into overdrive, with people posting screenshots and timelines trying to make sense of it all. And if that wasn't enough to stir the pot, eagle-eyed viewers caught something interesting in the teaser trailer for Stranger Things Season 5. In a blink and you'll miss it moment, Eddie's grave makes a brief appearance, just long enough to spark thousands of comments and conspiracy theories online. Some believe the grave is a red herring, a clever misdirection by the show's creators. Others think it's a breadcrumb, a quiet nod to viewers that Eddie's story isn't quite finished. Theories range from him being resurrected by the Upside Down to being transformed into something darker, something tied directly to Vecna. There are even wild ideas floating around that Eddie could return not as a hero, but as a villain. Whether it's a dream sequence, a flashback, or something more supernatural, the appetite for Eddie Munson's return is as strong as ever. The Duffer Brothers have remained tight-lipped, but if there's one thing Stranger Things is known for, it's surprises, and Eddie could very well be the biggest one of all. Meanwhile, Joseph Quinn's career is heading full throttle into blockbuster territory. His upcoming role as the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four First Steps has already generated major buzz, especially with the powerhouse cast that includes Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach. Set for a July 25th release, the film marks a huge milestone for Quinn, transitioning from Netflix phenomenon to full-fledged Marvel superhero. The Human Torch isn't just a cool role, it's one of the most beloved and iconic characters in comic book history. Fans are eager to see how Quinn brings his signature energy with an emotional depth to a character known for being hot-headed, bold, and full of fire literally. For fans of Stranger Things, it's a proud moment watching the actor who brought Eddie to life now blaze across one of the biggest cinematic stages in the world. It's not just a job upgrade, it's a transformation into a global superstar. But even with all eyes on his Marvel debut, the shadow of Eddie Munson still looms large and in the best way possible. Fans aren't ready to let go. They've created fan art, tribute videos, and endless TikToks in honor of the character. Eddie became more than just a supporting role, he became a symbol of bravery, of outsider spirit, of doing the right thing when it counts. He was messy, misunderstood, and painfully real. And that's exactly why people connected with him. That kind of emotional connection doesn't fade easily. And if there's even the slightest hint that he could return, people will cling to it. As of now, Stranger Things Season 5 is scheduled to drop on November 26, 2025. That gives fans plenty of time to speculate, theorize, and rewatch every Eddie scene with a fine-tooth comb, hoping for signs. In the end, whether he returns for one scene or several, Eddie Munson has already earned his place as one of the most beloved characters in the Stranger Things universe, and Joseph Quinn's unforgettable performance is the reason why. Joseph Quinn's journey from underground favorite to global icon has been anything but ordinary. He wasn't initially one of the most recognizable names in the industry, but the moment he appeared on screen as Eddie Munson, everything changed. His ability to bring vulnerability, chaos, humor, and heart to a single role stunned both audiences and critics alike. It wasn't just a performance, it was a full-on emotional experience. In a show filled with monsters, secret labs, and alternate dimensions, Eddie's humanity was what grounded everything. He reminded viewers of that one misunderstood kid from high school who never fit in but who, when it mattered most, stepped up in a way no one else could. Joseph gave that character so much soul that even now, years later, fans are still mourning his loss and demanding answers. That's why the idea of his return feels so powerful. It's not just about plot twist or shock value, it's about unfinished emotional business. Eddie died a hero, but he also died alone, branded a villain, by his own town. There's a hunger among fans to see that narrative corrected, to give Eddie the redemption and recognition he was denied in the story. Whether that happens through a flashback, a spiritual moment, or some clever rewrite of reality, the emotional payoff would be immense. And Joseph Quinn knows it. That might be why he's been so careful with his words, never confirming, never denying, but always leaving just enough room for hope. It's a delicate dance, and he's playing it masterfully, knowing full well how much it means to the people who watched Eddie go down swinging. In the world of pop culture, it's rare for a character to become such an overnight phenomenon, but Eddie Munson did exactly that. Merchandise flew off the shelves, fan pages exploded in popularity, and Metallica's classic track got a whole new wave of appreciation. Thanks to his now legendary scene, Joseph Quinn became a symbol of unexpected breakout success. The actor, who wasn't even part of the show's original cast but ended up stealing the spotlight. His journey from cult favorite to Marvel's superhero is the kind of career trajectory most actors only dream about. And what makes it even more satisfying is that it's all built on talent, authenticity, genuine connection with his audience. He didn't just play Eddie, he was Eddie.